Hello and welcome back to the Chatterbox with King Jacob. Well, yours truly, King Jacob, and I am joined by special guest tonight, singer, songwriter, recording artist, script writer, label owner, Vettrynn. Hello, what's going on?
Hi, I'm doing well, King. How are you?
I'm well. So,
Good.
for the audience, for those that don't know you and want to get familiar with who you are, I'll go ahead and properly let you talk to the people.
Hi, guys. It's Vettrynn, and I'm Yvette, singer, songwriter, author, all of the above. I love creativity and music, and I'm just out here really to give you guys some good, feel good creativity, music, poetry, that type of thing.
Okay, great. So, let's get into who you are. So, who is Vettrynn?
Vettrynn is a creator of everything that I see. It becomes creativity. Any experience, I use it and I mold it into what I consider creativity, entertainment. It could be fun, it could be love, it could be sad, just a mixture.
Okay. So, when did your journey start?
Oh wow, my journey started a very long time ago. As a kid, I would be writing every day. I'm supposed to be in class. I'm supposed to be studying. I'm writing. There's an idea. Something sparked an idea in my head. Something that the teacher might have said, or I'm just down journaling, or just anything with the arts I would do. And as I got older, I started to have life experiences or hear experiences or become inspired by the things around me and just write more and more or sing or dance. Everything triggered creativity.
Okay, so when did you know that you had a gift that you wanted to share with the masses?
Wow, I knew for a very long time. I think the first time that I really knew, I might have been about 14 to 15. And I would share things with my family and friends, and they're like, wow, that's really good. You did that. I want to know more. Tell me about whatever you're creating. Say, I'm creating a poem. Hey, did anything become added on to the poem? Or what's next for the characters that you built in the story? I was like, wow, people really want to hear these things that are going on in my imagination.
Okay, so when you was 15, 16, and upon being in high school, did you participate in any type of drama classes, arts, plays, or anything of that nature?
Absolutely. I was in the band, in the concert band. I would every week I would go and I would sit down with a local author, and I would, just go over my ideas. She would definitely critique them or tell me, hey, how can you create more out of this character or out of this story? And we would do these exercises, and I would learn so much within that hour and a half time frame. So there were all kind of things. I would go to church. I sung some in church and some in different everything. Like everything I did, there was something involved with music, creativity, and art.
Okay. So let's talk about the type of environment you grew up in.
Mhm.
And where are you originally from?
Okay, so I'm from Kingstree, South Carolina.
Okay.
Kingstree is definitely that southern country loving, everybody knows everybody type of environment. So I
Hmm.
grew up in a very loving, close knit environment with my family, friends. You see somebody at the grocery store and you know them, they're family more than likely.
Okay. So,
Mhm.
what about the talent that was around you? How was you influenced by the talent that was around you?
Oh wow, there was so much around me. My first of all, my mother was a choir director for many years. She would sing each and every day, just waking up. I woke up to a song almost every morning. So there was either her singing or there was the radio. playing when I woke up. Um, I went to so many concert band series. I went to everything you can name, drumline practice. I had a brother on the band and a brother that made music, and it's dope music. So he's drumming on something every time, and I'm thinking of a beat in my head. Like there was music all around me.
Okay, okay, okay. And so you say your mother was a choir director, so she taught you all about, the soprano, the altos, the tenors, the bass, the octaves, the riffs, the runs. So let's talk about once you learn how to control your voice and learn how to use voice technique, you know,
Mhm.
kind of open up a wide variety for you to be more noticeable with the masses, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. When it came to her, she has like this southern drawl when she sings, kind of like a country twang, as I would say, when
Hmm.
she sings. And it's just amazing because you know that it's her when you hear it. So she would tell me, hey, check this out. And like in each of her songs, she could sound different, but she had that spice. And I was like, hey, I want to find that for myself, but I want to open up myself for so many genres, and not stick to one genre. I want to be country, southern soul, anything R&B. Like I want to have a wide variety of things.
Okay, okay. So as far as what you have going on now,
Mhm.
are you working on a project right now?
I am. I'm working on a project right now. It's some southern soul music as well as some country music. And there's some very, very exciting songs. One is slow, it kind of takes you into a love story. And then another one is a southern soul, high energy, excited song that really makes you want to get up out of your seat and dance. I
Okay.
love those type of songs because they just get you up and moving.
Right, right. So, um, tell me about your your day life.
Hmm.
Besides you being a musician, so um, what type of occupation do you have for a career, and how do you balance it with being, a great recording artist as well?
Yes, okay. As for the day, I'm a registered nurse, and I work with veterans, and I really do love it. It's a great, great, very rewarding field. You meet so many different people with so many amazing stories, like brave, amazing, just all around dope people, and you connect with them, and it's just a beautiful thing on a day to day basis. You hear so many stories, like you are encouraged by the time you leave there, and and then I balance it by when I leave work, I come home and I feel like, hey, okay, I get to come home. Let me do something productive. Okay, so I sit and I'm inspired by poetry, a lot of poetry. So I'll sit, I'll read poetry, or I'll write poetry, and a lot of the time those poems turn into songs. And those
Mm.
poems spark from so many different things. It could be a beat, or it could be something that I've heard throughout the day, something that I've shared with a patient or with a loved one, those type of things. And it just kind of balances out very well.
Okay, okay. And so, with you being a singer, first of all, you said you was a. And before I go further,
Hmm.
I want to know about you as a musician and
Hmm.
what instrument you played and why did you choose the instrument?
Okay. So I played the clarinet, and actually, it's a funny story because my grandmother chose it for me. She said, "Hey, this is what I want you to do. I want you to play the clarinet." I'm like, Grandma, I don't know about this. I don't know. I don't know if I could do this. She's like, oh, yes, you can. I've already got it for you. I'm like, okay, well, let's learn it. Let's do it. So, I started off a little late. About seventh grade, I started playing the clarinet, and then I caught on to it. And then in high school, I still played in the band, and then I became interested more and more into the piano. So
Okay.
I took piano lessons, and she would, hey, you sound better. Don't you like it? Don't you want to play for the church, or don't you want to play for an event? Like, she would just push me forward.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I never really connected how important it was to have, okay, you can listen to this piano, you can make this music, but also you can write. It took a second to really put it together. Actually, I'm like, wait, I can write a song. So I started there. That inspired me to say, hey, okay, so I can listen to this tune. And when I started doing that, it's like everything meshed together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So that's interesting. So, would you learn how to play the piano? So, do you play the piano now and sing live and play piano?
I don't do that now. I didn't stick with it, as far as playing the piano. But what I could do now is hear different things, like in the piano. Like, how can I say it? It's like when I love pianos and strings, that type of thing. So when I hear piano, I can, like, immediately I know, okay, this part is supposed to be a high part, or this part is supposed to be a low part, or this song evokes this kind of emotion, especially with piano music.
Okay. Cool. So, your first project that you ever recorded,
Hmm.
how did it go for you?
Oh wow, it went great. And it was like amazing because it was like something that I haven't done before, like something that I hadn't been exposed to a whole lot, I should say. It was a country song, and it was called Dirt Road Rodeo. It's the original song. So what I did is a slow song called Dirt Road Rodeo, and later on I remix it, and that's one of the things that's like taking off today. Everybody wants to hear Dirt Road Rodeo remix. It's just sped up, so that the line dance can move along a little quicker. But that project was amazing because I tapped into another side, into a countryside. And I knew that, okay, I can listen to music, country music, I can listen to about any music. But country music, I listened to it, but I had never created or listened a whole lot growing up. But just later along, I started listening. I'm like, I really love this. I love this storyline. And then also I love the fun. I love the emotions that the song evoked. Like, hey, let's line dance, let's have fun. So I said, why not? I created that country record, and it was a joy.
Okay, so is it more of the remix? Is it more of a country record that you would hear at a lot of trail rides and things of that nature?
Well, I could definitely see that being at the trail ride, because people get up and they dance to it. Um, so I could definitely see that being at the trail ride.
Okay. Cool. So, do you have a record called? Is it called Sliding?
Yeah, smooth sliding, smooth sliding. Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's the fun record.
Tell me about that record.
Oh, that's the fun, feel good record.
Hmm.
When I heard the beat for the song, like immediately I saw people at the cookout having fun, people of different generations getting together, sliding, doing electric slide. That's a love dance. Like, everybody's on the floor. Everybody knows it. Everybody's connected. Everybody's in high energy, high spirits, and they're just loving the music in that moment in time. So as I was creating it, I felt that as I created it. So smooth sliding is definitely one of my favorites. It's got that old school Southern soul bluesy type feel to it that
Right.
people gravitate towards, and of all generations.
Okay. Cool. So, tell me about the label.
The label, Vettrynn Entertainment. Oh, I love Vettrynn Entertainment. It's definitely a blessing to start this journey. I'm starting out on this journey, so I'm learning more and more and more every day. But it was inspired by my late brother, Herm Junya. He was CEO of his own clothing brand, record company, and it was called Junya World. His name was Herm Junya. But
Okay.
he kind of showed me the blueprint, and from there, I kind of took off from it. He would say, hey, do this and that and that. So I'm gathered and have gathered these things. So now I'm reaching out, finding out ways to, make everything legit, as far as paperwork and,
Mhm.
getting those type things so I can really enjoy the craft of it.
Okay, okay. So is it just you on the label for now?
It is.
Okay, so have you had other artists to inquire about it?
I've had other artists say, hey, when you get ready, I'm ready, that type of thing. And it's been such a blessing because I meet so many talented artists in South Carolina. Like I'm blown away. I am blown away by the talent. People really put hard work in and have something to show the world. So it's a blessing to be one day, a part of that and a part of that now.
Right, right, right. So when it comes to you, um,
Mhm.
I know you do a host of things. You're a recording artist, singer, songwriter, author, script writer. Labor owner. So let's talk about you writing scripts and if you're going to be putting out a TV series, a web series, a movie, or let's let's get into the bulk of your screenwriting, script writing, and your film production.
Yes, so we're gonna be launching soon my podcast entitled Vetrynn Voice, and that's a place where the people could come, sit down, feel like home, and we'll talk about different things. I'll share some things as far as poetry, art. I might have a song of the week. Share those things, or have a beat for the week and share those things with the viewers and our YouTube family, and just connect with them in ways that, we haven't connected before. Talk about different topics, discuss what they want to hear, that type of thing.
Right. So how do you feel your music is impactful to the community?
I feel as if my music is impactful to the community because it makes people want to get up and dance. Like I love when I'm on stage or I'm just in a place or at a party or get together, and when my music comes on, people, it's just like feel good music. People get up, they want to dance, they want to move. It's just fun, feel good music. And also when it comes to, like a pop type feel, I have music, there. I have one of the songs I really, really love, I hold near and dear to me, is Love Me. The song
I
Love Me
heard.
with, you've
I
heard
heard.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people connect with that song and they come to me and they sit and they say, hey, you know, I've learned that sometimes it's okay just to take a second in life and love me. Do the things that make me happy, love myself, stand up for myself, chase after my dreams, believe in who I am, love myself before anyone else. So when I hear that type of stuff, I feel like, okay, somebody is impacted, somebody.
Mm.
Somebody wants to be greater or somebody wants to love themselves to another level.
Right, right, right. So love me. Let's talk about the mind state and the emotional state that you were in when you wrote that song. And then we'll follow with how you felt as you was recording it. So go for it.
Love me. That's a great question. In that moment of love me, in that mind state, I really did feel like, you know what? It's time to love myself. When I was writing that song, I felt like I had given a lot of myself, you know, I had shared a lot with myself, and it wasn't like I didn't receive that same amount of energy and love, which, we can't love and expect to receive the same amount.
Hmm.
But I didn't receive it, you know what I mean? And I felt like, okay, I need to love myself to a place where, I can receive what I deserve. And I got a lot of pressure from different people to, hey, why aren't you doing this yet? Or why aren't you doing that yet? As far as life. So I felt like a lot of pressure when I was like, hold on, wait a minute. this is no, don't pressure me to do this and that because
Mm.
I've handled oftentimes, you know how it is. Sometimes people say, well, why don't you have this yet? Like you need another car, another house. So you need to make these family changes, and I'm like, no, wait, I've got it. I've got myself. I love myself enough to say, hey, here's a barrier. So I created that, oh, whoa, hey, here's a barrier. This is what I want to do and what I'm going to do with my life. So, it was definitely a blessing to say that, like make that proclamation. Hey, I'm learning to love myself right now. You can love it or you can go, that type of thing. So, no matter what anybody says, love yourself. That's what I got from that song. Like,
Okay, 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 okay.
love yourself first.
So upon you having a song, you putting it out there, how do
Mm-hmm.
you think the song has impacted the masses, and what are fans and friends and family telling you about the song and what it does for them?
Oh man, like I really do feel like people of all ages, like, yeah, I even had somebody come to me and say, you know what? I realized that I don't know how to love myself. I said, what makes you say that? I have not really taken the time to understand what makes me tick, you know? How do I love myself? When I heard that the first time, I'm like, wow, people are listening. And then I had, even younger people come up to me and say, oh man, I love that song. I want to love myself, that type of thing. And I've heard some really good things. A lot of people have been sharing it, which I'm so appreciative of. A lot of people have been sharing it and commenting like, wow, like this is a mouthful. And I really think it inspires people to want to love themselves and live unapologetically.
Mm. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk about the Southern Soul market and
Mm-hmm.
how people say it transitioned quickly. I say it didn't, and I'm gonna tell you
Mm-hmm.
why I say it didn't. It's always been there. Um,
Yes.
if you grew up to Lenny Williams or James Brown or Betty Wright or Otis Redding or Sam Cooke or a Marvin Cease or Tyrone Davis.
Yes.
Like Southern
Mm-hmm.
Soul has always been there, and they always had what they call back in the day the chitlin circuit. It's the most high end circuit for years and years. It's been running for a long time. The South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas, New Orleans, Alabama, that Florida, you know, um, that
Mm-hmm.
Southern Soul market has been running for years. And I think that the pandemic helped it come back to the forefront. It never went nowhere, but how it is mainstream right now, I
Yeah.
think the pandemic helped. And once people heard the creativity of people making all this feel good music when we was going through this crazy pandemic, and when we was losing people left and right, I think
Right.
that Southern Soul take off a lot. And so with you being in that Southern Soul genre, not trying to put you in a box because you do a lot, but with you taking your place in it, um,
Mm-hmm.
what is your response from people since you entered that market, and how do
Mm-hmm.
you look at the Southern Soul market as a recording artist?
Oh wow, I completely agree with what you've said. you know and for me as an artist, as a Southern Soul artist, I agree that it's been around, like, especially being shut up in the house, like people of all generations are together. I believe that it's like it's become exciting again.
Hmm.
It's become exciting again. We got to celebrate it sitting down, in all of these generations. This is what we used to come closer. So as a Southern Soul artist, like hearing all of these greats, just throughout my lifetime growing up, even as a small kid, all the way up. Like I don't believe there was a point where like there wasn't a Southern soul banger around, even if it's the Betty Wrights, like from back in the day, like it's always been around. So for me, I feel inspired as a Southern soul artist, and I love that this feel good music is coming back. Like I feel like this is what has been missing. Like it's been missing because it wasn't as popular as some other genres, in my opinion. But now that it's really like popping, I love it. I love it.
Okay. I can dig that. So as you navigate through society and you see what's going on,
Hmm.
um, and but you being an artist and you been in a tough male dominated, music business.
Hmm.
So how do you feel female recording artists
Hmm.
should stand on top of what they're doing and own it? And how do you navigate through a male dominated artist, as a label owner, as a female recording artist, and
Hmm.
just as a iconic musician, you
Hmm.
know, from South Carolina, period.
Well, I just take my time, and I know that I have a different sound.
Mhm.
I know that, okay, you know what, this stuff that I'm creating is different. It's nothing that someone else could create or do. And the males that are doing it are absolutely doing a wonderful job in doing so. Males, females, everybody that's, into this genre, like they are putting out some really, really good stuff. So I said, hey, I'll focus on the things that I'm putting out. People love it, people gravitate towards it, and I definitely love it, because it's definitely my first love, creativity. So I use that and I share it. We share this platform of feel good music. We share this genre of feel good music, no matter how we look, who we are, that type of thing. So I just navigate knowing that, okay, this is a sound, this is produced by a veteran, this is a sound, this is a story, this is something that you've never heard it before in this way that it's been created.
Okay. So when you're in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
how do you connect with your producer, and what do you feel like your studio presence should be when you're ever in a booth?
Mm-hmm. Wow, I really do connect with, and I have just a few, a handful of producers, and they've been great. I've been working with them for quite some time, the ones that I have been working with. And there's just like this connection, this unsaid connection that we have, first of all, because my producers, about three of them, and they're men, they love music. Like they genuinely love it. So when I bring something new to the table, they're like, okay, wait. And then I'll see them get quiet. And I guess calculate in their heads, they're like, okay, hold up, wait. All right. So these are the lyrics. We'll go over it one time. They're like, okay, these are the lyrics. Okay, good, good. All right. And this is the music. It's like it just meshes together. That love of music, it bonds us together, and we'll be like, hey, well, you need to take that out, or you need to put that in, and we'll listen again and again until we say, okay, you know what, this is it, this is a wrap, this is the hit. So it's just a unspoken love there. The love for
Mhm.
music just balances it perfectly.
And so, with that being said, since you started a label and
Hmm.
you're a CEO now, so
Hmm.
what have you learned about the music business, and how well do you understand it now? Because eventually you're going to be signing some artists to your labels, and
Right.
so how well do you understand the music business? And before you get started, I will say
Hmm.
to each individual artist that's listening out there, just understand the music business is 90% corporate structure when it comes to the business, and
Hmm.
only 10% of music and perfecting your craft.
Right.
So if your paperwork is in order, and you understand the points, the royalties, music licensing. You understand how you chart billboards, and you understand, how you can get royalties, 12, 13 different ways. And you must understand, contract negotiations, distribution deals, um, and you must understand, tour management contracts, promoter contracts. So anybody you do business with, they need to have some type of contractual agreement with you. Whether it's a artist producer contract, artist manager contract, artist promoter contract. Um, they must have some type of contract negotiation. There must be both signatures on there with a witness and with the notary sticker. So anything that happens, you are covered, as a company, and you're covered as an artist. So how well do you understand the business? Because when you're an artist, a lot of artists just try to perfect their craft, and they don't really understand, the business and what the business entails. So,
Yes.
what would you tell an artist, and how would you explain it on how well you understand it?
And I totally agree with you. And as an artist, like I had an artist and now, CEO of this company, like I really, when you get in this position, that's how much you realize you need to learn. Like I have literally gone to like classes, like it's very, very important. I actually have gone to some classes, sat down with some of these professionals doing research. It's like an everyday learning type of thing. If you want to protect your work, if you want to ensure that everything is, copywritten, protected, because there are a lot of horror stories that I've heard from artists or artists, and
Hmm.
it really opens your eyes to a lot of things. So
Right, right.
as I'm going daily, there's always something to be learned.
That's right for sure.
Mhm.
So, and I would tell each artist, whether you are up and coming indie artist, whether you're established indie artist, whether you're indie major, whether you're a major artist, make sure you invest in your country. Make sure you invest into your attorney, because it's
Yes.
some things in that black fine print that you will not understand. Music lingo is real. It's very real. So, and I would tell you, as a company owner, you definitely need a lawyer on retainer, because
Yes.
it's going to be some opportunities come up, that's going to benefit you as an artist. So, and I also would tell you, sign yourself to your label. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's how your label is going to flourish,
Hmm.
and that's how you're going to continue to build. So, and
Hmm.
that entertainment lawyer is very important. No matter what anybody
Yes.
tells you, nobody, yeah, invest in that entertainment lawyer for sure.
Yes.
Yep. So, for those who want to get in contact with you, where can they find you at?
Oh, I'm on most platforms, social media platforms. My Instagram is at Vettrynn Music, as well as YouTube. I go by Vettrynn on Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat, and also my number is posted on pretty much all of my social media pages. Vettrynn, you can reach me at 572, well, Columbia area code 803 572 6187. Vettrynn at gmail.com. Like everything's open, for contact.
Okay, okay, okay. Y'all heard it first. Chatterbox. We welcome her, and
Absolutely.
definitely want to bring her back. So, for those
Yes.
who don't know what your hit single is, can you
Mm-hmm.
announce?
Announce my hit single. So my hit single is Smooth Sliding, and you can check it out on all platforms, Spotify, any platform. You can check it out. You'll have some fun with this song. It's feel good music. It's something that everybody wants to get up and slide to.
All right, you heard it first. The Chatterbox, man. Veteran, has been a pleasure, and we'll definitely have you
Pleasure.
back. And I'll be in contact with you this week as well. And so, thank you for coming through. Be blessed, be encouraged, and most of all, man, keep on doing you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, King Jacob. and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for having me on your dope platform.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.